I would say at least 5 to 6 days of the week, we do try to have a meal together, typically dinner. And something that we introduced, I think this started around the pandemic. Masi was 2. Again, I work in retail, so typically I go into the office 5 days a week, or my boutique 5 days a week. But COVID gave me the ability to not go in for the first time in my career. I've been working since I was 16, right? So it was interesting, a dynamic for me to be home and to be more present. And during that time, he was 2, so it was very formative years. And we would sit and have dinner together. And one of the things that I genuinely love doing is, as we're eating, one of the person, doesn't have to be anyone specific, will start the conversation and say, "What are you grateful for today?" And it's so interesting. Brian had mentioned it earlier. Sometimes you don't see it right away. Sometimes it comes years later. And, sometimes Mas will go, "I'm really grateful for my family, or I'm really grateful that mommy got her promotion." And you're like, wait, so you have been paying attention to like all of the stress and all of the high points and all of the low points and all the conversations that have been happening over the last, few days, weeks, months, because it'll circle back. And, it's what one of the things that I take from that is, we're all human, and, sometimes my wife and I get into it, but we're having dinner and I have to say something that I'm grateful for or thankful for that day. And I'm like, oh, what I really want to say, I'm not going to say. But it does put you in a space where you kind of need to reflect. Yeah. Right? And I think, as men, and I can speak for myself, there are times where I allow like anger or frustration or just exhaustion, right, to kind of take hold. But that small window, it's maybe in totality a 5-minute conversation amongst the 3 of us. That really small window forces me to a place where I have to say, you know what, all the things that are going left or right, I'm grateful that I can come home and have this meal, even if it's like the most mundane thing. I'm grateful we can eat together.